Hey, hi YouTube, how are you? I hope you all guys are doing great. In the previous video, we have seen order by. Now, in this video, we are going to see pagination, a very important topic. Okay, so I want some focus of you in this part. So, pagination is basically a process of, you can say, retrieving a specific subset of rows from a um, you can say resultant or a target data set. So it's simple like process of retrieving a specific subset of rows from a result set. Okay. Why it is actually used? Okay, why we need actually pagination? So first is to limit the number of rows because it's impossible to show 1 million records. Okay, because you just want to see 2 or 5 records so that you can understand what the data is. Then maybe control data display in pages. So sorry, data display in pages. You might have seen that there are some forms where only 4 or 5 rows are visible, then there is like this. So let's suppose this is one page. When you go this again, same there are different 5 rows and it is written as two. Obviously the frame is same, but it's look like this. So this is called pagination. Okay. And for pagination in SQL, there are two things that we are going to learn. First one is limit, that will limit the number of rows. So let's see the syntax first. Limit is basically used to limit the rows. Okay, so the syntax will be simple select column 1, maybe column 2 or asterisk, then from whatever column you want to show. Then we have the table name, maybe order by some column, or let's just remove this part, otherwise you might be confused that we have to use limit with only order by, like that. Can be anything, order where having whatever you want, and then we can have something as limit. So it will be limit and number of rows you want in that limit. Okay. As simple as that. Let's suppose this is our all the data for in our SQL, but let's suppose imagine only there are 10 rows, but let's imagine that there are like maybe more than 10 rows, maybe like millions of rows, and you just want to just look at 2 to 3 rows to understand what the data is and what the columns are. Okay, so what you can do is select all from me. What's the table name? It's employee underscore details, and you want the limit. So limit maybe just I want to show 3 rows. Okay, only the first 3 rows. So let's do it. You can see only the first 3 rows. John, Robert, and Mohan are visible. Okay, so this is how you can use limit. And okay, this was about limit, but let's use some whatever we have studied till now. So I'm making it like this. I'm giving you a question. Get the top 5 highest paid salary employees. Okay. Now think of how we can design a solution, and maybe you can write your query and add it into the comment section. No matter what is it is wrong or right, because this is the way you are also going to face the interviews. Because it's not like just after me writing the code, you are just writing your own code and checking whether it is correct or not. Just this is the real interview where you will get a question, and I think this is the most easiest question, but this is the type of question that you will face in the interview, and on the first was only you have to write the exact code. So you have to, let's think, okay, we have to get the top 5 highest paid salary employees, and this is how our data looks like, let's suppose. Okay. So what we have to do? Let's think. We have to find the top highest paid salary employees. Okay. Now, if I will arrange all the salary in descending order, it means that the top five salary or the whole table will be sorted in a descending order. Such that the top salary one will be at the top, and the second top will be at the second, and so on. Okay. So what I can do, maybe I can arrange it like in a descending order, and if I have to just show the first five, I can apply a limit like this, limit as five. Okay, this is a good thing. So can I do this? Mm, okay, so let's do this. Select all from employee, sorry, employee tables, sorry, employee details. I have to order by descending. On which column I have to apply it? I want to apply it on salary column and descending. We have already explored this all things in the previous video, and limit will be 5. So if I go like this, then I think we will see the persons who are having the highest salary, like Betty, Shyam, Anjali, Ram, and Priya are having the highest salary in the table. Now, there is one more thing. Let me write it somewhere so that it will for you. It will limit pool. I think this is it. Now let's see one of more pagination technique, which is called as offset. Okay, offset, 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 offset. Okay, so offset is basically the number of rows to skip before you can see starting to return the rows. Okay, so we can say number of rows to skip before starting to return rows. Okay, so it's something like this. Let's suppose you are having maybe 7 records. Okay, 3, 3, 6, 7. And let's suppose you want to show the top 4 records, but you don't want to show the first 3 records. So you want to show this 4 records, but you don't want to show the first 3 records. So you want to skip this. So this will be offset. You will add offset of 3, and this will be a limit which will be as 4. Cool. Is it clear? So how the syntax will be, like it will be like select all from, or for this particular, how it will be from the table name. Let's suppose it is employee details, and what will be the limit? The limit will be 4, and we want to skip the first 3, so offset will be 3. As simple as that. Cool. I think that's easy. um let's a bit maths here, like if I do something like this, then which row will be visible? Can I say the offset plus 1 till offset, sorry, till offset, offset plus limit will be shown? Offset is 3 here, so 3 plus 1 4. So we will be seeing from fourth row to offset plus limit, which is 4 plus 3 7. So we are going to see 4 to 7th row. So this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So definitely we are seeing this rows which will be offset plus 1 and offset plus limit will be visible to us. Okay, so let's do a bit practical here. So these are the whole rows we are seeing. So let's suppose these are the rows, and I want to see the 4 rows, but I don't want to show the first 3 rows. So it will be more of like select, maybe add here, show 4 rows, but skip the first 3 rows. Okay. So how the command will be select all from employee underscore details. We have to apply a limit of we want to show 4, but we have to also skip 3 rows, which will be added as an offset. Okay. So now which rows will be visible from Ram to Priya? Okay. So let's see. Ram to Priya is visible. Okay. I think it's clear, isn't it? Okay. Now some brain time. Okay. I will ask you a question and you have to answer it in a comment section. Okay. You might have seen that the example that I gave you. Okay. Someone gave you that we have to design an application where it will be like this, like in first page, some rows will be there. In second page, some rows will be there. In third page, some rows will be there. Okay. And definitely this data will be coming from some of the database. Okay, this can be a good interview question, so let's focus on it. So basically from DB we will get this data, but definitely this is the first row, and once I click this button it will go and retrieve some data, but it is very important to know which data it will retrieve. Now once there will be also button in the second page, once it will click this row, which data we want to retrieve. Okay, so basically we have to design a pagination where n will be number of page and m will be each page records to show. Okay, and it should be dynamic. So once user reached to this page, it means that this is the third page, and we have specified, like let's suppose I want to show 2 or 5 records in a page. Okay, kind of. So it should be dynamic, that okay, the pages are changing, the data should also change, because once user will move from 2 to 3 page, a SQL query will be there and it will hit to the DB and it will give some data, but the SQL query should be correct. Okay, so how we can design it? Okay, think, like let's make it something like this. Okay, try to think. Okay, so take some time, think of it. Okay, treat it as an interview question and behave like someone is taking an interview and they are asking, you have to give the solution and your answers. Okay, so now let's see what will be the solution and let's build up the solution. So let's suppose the number of pages currently is, maybe I am at maybe fourth page, and in every page I want to show 3 records maybe. Okay, so in the first page there will be 3 records. In the second page there will be more 3 records. In third page there will be more 3 records. In fourth page there will be more 3 records. Now if we consider 1 2 3 as the number of rows, so 1 2 3 will be here, 4 to 6 will be here, 4 5 6, then 7 to 7 8 7 8 9 will be here, sorry, and 9 10 11 will be there. Okay, so we have to create a query such that once, because this will be fixed. Okay, this will be fixed, that the number of records to be shown, because it depends upon the front end. that the front end is fixed generally, that every time you have to show 20 rows or 30 rows or 40 rows kind of, okay, because the structure is fixed. But the main difference is the paginations. So based on this is our variable part, which is the pagination. So based on this pagination, how we can get this data? Okay, so thinking like we have to show only this data which can be considered as limit. But there is also one thing which is called as offset, because if I am showing 4 to 6, I have to neglect 1 3. If I am showing 7 to 9, I have to neglect 1 to 6. If I am showing 9 to 11, I have to neglect 1 to 9 kind of. Okay, so how it will happen? Okay, so let's, because we know that we can do till limit, so let's do it. So we have to select whatever column. Let's suppose currently we are showing each and everything. Okay, or maybe let's show two columns, maybe full name and salary. Or no worries, let's take all the columns. Okay, from the table name, let's suppose, which is employee details. Okay, we know that we can apply limit. So limit, and limit will be applied on what? The number of rows to be displayed. So the number of rows is m. So m we have written here. Okay. Now here comes some important part where you have to apply some brain. Offset. So how you can define your offset? Okay. So here we can see that initially offset is 0. Definitely offset will be 0. Sorry, let me change the color. Initially the offset will be 0. Then the offset will be around 3. Then the offset will be around 6. Then the offset will be around 9. I think, yes, isn't it? So based, so if the page is 1, the offset is 0. If the page is 2, offset is 3. If the page is 3, the offset is 6. If the page is 4, the offset is 9. So is there any trend that you are able to see actually? Okay. Can I say we can do something like this, that n minus 1 into m, because n is 1, then 1 minus 1 into m is 3, so it will be 0. N is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 into m, which is m, the value of m is 3, so 1 into 3 is 3. N minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 into m, which is 3 is 6. 4 minus 1, 3, 3 into m, which is 3 into 3, which is 9. So we can apply a offset as n minus 1 into m. Okay, so this is how the things will work. So I know you have to think a bit here, but this is where your real jobs also comes into play, because you have to think in your real job also like in a similar way. And why actually it is working? Because it's very simple maths, that n minus 1 means the page minus 1. So if you are at third page, so how many records you can write in the previous pages means this 2 page. So 3 minus 1, 2. And how many records you can write? In each page I can write 3 records. So it will be 3 into 2, 6. So that's why you have to go to a previous page, which is n minus 1. And in each page, how many records you can write? M records. So it will be n minus 1 into m. Okay. So now let's write that information. Okay. So select. But before moving to this, let me show you how many records we have. So we have this many records. Okay, so now let's see in the code. So we have this many rows, and let's suppose we want to show each page will have 2 records. Okay, and let's suppose we are at page number 3. So according to our calculation, what will be the limit? The limit will be 2, because in every page we want to show just 2 records. And what will be the offset? The offset calculation will be page minus 1 into records in each page. So what is our page? 3. 3 minus 1 multiplied by how many records in each page? 2. So it will be 3 minus 1, which is 2, 2 into 2, 4. Cool. So if we are at third page, so first page will show these two records, John and Robert. Second page will show Mohan and Ram, and third page should show Shyam and Anjali. So let's write the code for it. Select all from employee under sorry employee underscore details, and the limit, maybe I can write it in capital. Limit is 2, and what will be the offset? So we have calculated the offset, it is 4. So Shyam and Anjali should be visible in page number 3, and the limit will, as we have seen, in each page we have to show 2 records. So this is how, see, Shyam and Anjali. So this is how the pagination works. Now if we want to be in fourth page, okay, so let's suppose we are in fourth page. So how the offset calculation will be there? So in we are in fourth page, so offset calculation will be 4 minus 1, and in each page we want 2 records, 4 minus 1, 3, 3 into 2, 6. So the offset will be 3. So the next two, which are after Syam and Anjali, will be visible here, which are David and Priya and David. So once user will keep pressing on that key, then this calculation will happen, and basically this query will be fired. Actually, this query will be something different, like the limit will be fixed because we know that the number of records in each page is same, but the offset calculation will be like this. Actually, we get the data from backend and we store it in some variable. If you don't know how to use variables in SQL, it's something like this: set at the rate n, or maybe pages is equals to 4, and this is how you can also use these pages after all in inside your query. Okay, so you can add the calculation and all. It's not a tough task, but you have to do some casting and all. So I don't want to show it now. It will be much more confusing to you. But this is how pagination work. Pagination works, and this is some application of it. What you should where pagination is basically applied. It is applied in web application, data analysis, ranking the queries, and all. What tips I can give you, that negative values are not allowed in for pagination. You can't use negative values. Okay, and for large data set, we use key sheet pagination, not just the pagination, for more efficiency. So for large data set, we use key set pagination. And if you want a complete video on this key set pagination, let me know. I can create it this also. But this doesn't comes under the basic part. But having a knowledge of that key, what is key set, because it is used to have a when we have to apply pagination on very large amount of data, we use key set pagination. So knowing this is important. So we have seen a lot of things, and we have also seen a good interview questions which needs some brain. Okay, so let me add all the columns here. So I think the first one we have already added, that limit 5. Okay, we have also added this one. So I will remove this one, and now we are in offset. Okay, it will be helpful for you for better tracking. Here we have, sorry, question based on both, okay, offset as well as limit, and it's a good interview question. Okay, so that's it for this video, where we have seen a lot of things about limit and offset and pagination. We have completed pagination. In the previous, or we can say, sorry, in the next video, we are going to see about the keys. What are different keys in the table? Okay. So I hope you like this video. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. Meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.